there holding an axe. And you will see it's not a little hatchet. This is a for real axe. So for a second, Marcus, confused, didn't know where Carlos got this axe from. Thought he might be playing, being dramatic, something like that. But then Carlos comes at Marcus with the axe aggressively, demonstrating to Marcus that he had intentions to hurt him or kill him. Marcus Johnson, fearing for his life, as anybody would in those circumstances, he reacted. And he reacted by fighting for his life. His reaction was based on the fear, the terror, and the survival instinct that kicked in when he sees Carlos there holding a deadly implement, this axe. When that instinct to fight for his life kicked in, Marcus fought. They fought over the axe. They fought in the little hallway right in front of, inside of Carlos' apartment, right by the front door. They fought. And Marcus got the axe out of Carlos' hands, and he was able, you heard him say, he was able to strike Carlos several times with the axe. That is true. These were non-fatal blows, and they were done in self-defense. But it's true, Marcus did strike him with the axe. And but he does this as part of his reaction. His state of mind is survival. And he's reacting to this violent, chaotic situation that Carlos initiated. Carlos, he's a big guy, and he fought back too. And he wrestled the axe back. At some point, someone gets the door open, and the fight goes out into the landing outside of the apartment, and right in front of the front door. That's where the doorbell camera picks it up. So we see the part that is outside the apartment. We do not see a video of what is inside the apartment, but we see what is outside the apartment. And so it's important to remember that the video picks up in the middle of what happened. It's not the whole story. But what we do see in the video is very clearly Marcus and Carlos struggling over the axe. Pay attention to the axe when you watch this. This video is extremely disturbing to watch. There's no way to sugarcoat that. It's bloody, but it's brief. It's only 30 seconds, more or less, but it's brief. Pay attention to the axe while you watch it. Carlos has it. Carlos has clear possession of the axe. Carlos, who first came to Marcus with this axe, got it back. And he had the axe in his hands. And so Marcus, when this happens, when Carlos gets the axe back, Marcus, fearing for his life, he was not the one who initiated this, fearing for his life, he goes back into the apartment, and steps away, not far, right behind him, goes into the apartment. He gets his gun. He brought a gun, legally able to carry a gun. He did not have it in his hand when Carlos first came at him with the axe, but he brought it to the apartment. It was inside. So when Carlos gets the axe back, Marcus goes inside the apartment to get his gun, perceiving in the mindset that he is still in a life or death struggle, and the person who came at him with the axe has got it back and has it in his hand. And the amount of time it takes him to go to the apartment and get his gun and shoot Carlos, it's about 10 seconds, not very long. And Marcus did shoot him 16 times, or shot at him 16 times. That's true. He told the investigators he thought he only shot 2 times. He shot it very quick. It's a few seconds. It's just one continuous transaction. He's just shooting at the man who came at him with the axe, who was still holding the axe. It goes very quickly. But he shoots himself so the gun is empty. And what that shows is it's just part of his reaction. He didn't even know how many times he shot. He's just shooting. He's just reacting. wasn't an action based on premeditated planning or deliberate design. It was a reaction. It was violent, chaotic situation set in motion when Carlos came at Marcus with the axe, putting him in reasonable fear for his life. That's what happened. That's what the evidence is going to show. That is the case. Now, the state of Mississippi is not going to be able to prove that Marcus Johnson was not in fear for his life when he shot Carlos Collins. They will not be able to prove that this was a premeditated plan based on a deliberate design. They will not be able to prove that because the evidence isn't there. So you hear about these other things. You hear about these things that happened, what Marcus did right after. And that's just a distraction. It has nothing to do with why Marcus shot Carlos Collins, which is because he was in fear for his life. They'll talk about what he did after. Okay? What did he do after? He ran. He ran away. He runs away immediately. As soon as he finishes shooting, he runs. And he told the investigators that he did this because he panicked. He didn't know what to do, so he ran. He left in a car that belonged to his friend, slept in the car. Next day, he's driving around. He gets pulled over after a brief chase. And yes, he pawned the weapon because he had no money. He had no money. He didn't know what to do. He pawned the weapon, and he's just out there. What his actions in the day right after the shooting demonstrate, the one thing they demonstrate is relevant to this case is that Marcus Johnson had no plan. He had no plan. He had no idea this was going to happen, and his reaction afterwards demonstrates that. He's just flailing around with no idea what to do because he didn't know this was going to happen. This was a traumatic situation that he had no reason to expect he would find himself in, and he did not know what to do, and he panicked. It was a reaction, not a premeditated, pre-planned, deliberate design. It was a reaction. Marcus Johnson had no plan. Now, none of what happened in the weeks before, the days after the shooting, proves or even suggests that this was a premeditated act based on deliberate design. Just distraction. The crucial points of evidence that you need to pay attention to is what led up immediately to the shooting. And the first crucial point is that Carlos Collins started this when he came at Marcus with the axe. And there's no evidence that will prove this didn't happen. None. Second key crucial point is that Carlos Collins had the axe in his hand when he got shot. And based on these first 2 points, the most crucial thing is that based on these, Marcus Johnson was reacting based on a reasonable fear that his life was in danger. That's what the evidence is going to show. Ignore the distractions, pay attention to the crucial evidence. The 30 seconds we see on video, who's holding the axe, and the evidence you will hear about what happened leading up to that, inside the apartment where the fight started, and who started it. It wasn't Marcus Johnson. Evidence will show that the shooting of Carlos Collins was not a premeditated act based on deliberate design. The evidence will show that Marcus Johnson, therefore, is not guilty of first-degree murder.
Statement on associated.
Johnson State calls crime scene investigator Andrew Garrett.
Investigator Hampton, if you remain standing at this moment, Ms. Jackson, can swear you in. Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give the truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes,
You may proceed.
If you would, please tell the jury your name
Andrew Harris,
and where are you employed
Jackson Police Department.
and what do you do for them?
I'm a mobile crime investigator, which is a CSI investigator, crime scene investigator.
And how long have you been a crime scene investigator for JPD?
9 years now.
And how long have you been employed with JPD?
This is my 17th year.
And how many crime scenes have you worked in your career? Do you have any idea?
More than my age. I don't know. No, ma'am. No, sir. I don't.
Safe to say it's well in the hundreds.
Yes, sir.
Now, tell us a little bit about what you do. What does a crime scene investigator do?
Just investigate the scene, what the scene looks like, and what the depiction of what the scene looks like, which I normally don't talk to anybody other than the primary officer and detectives. So I don't talk to any witnesses or anything. I just take photographs of the crime scene and collect evidence.
Okay. So you do two main things. You take photographs,
Yes, sir.
and then you said you also collect evidence.
Correct.
All right. Now, on April 9th, 2024, were you called to service?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And where was that location that you were called to service to?
First, Stewart, Hines County.
Which district?
Just,
Did you say the first judicial district?
yes, sir.
And so was this to the Tapestry Apartments?
Yes, sir.
And when you got there, tell me, what are some things you first looked for at that scene?
When I first get there, just make sure the scene is secure, which is only with police officers and nobody can come on the scene, which is only police officers and yellow crime scene tape. So just take a picture of what the apartment complex or how it was depicted and make sure the scene is secure, basically.
Your Honor, may I approach the witness?
You may.
Your Honor, doesn't make an objection to certain photographs that the state feels is
Investigator Harris, I'm handing to you 6 photographs.
Yes, sir.
And if you would take a look through those.
Yes, sir. This is the photographs I took the day of the incident.
So you are familiar with those photographs?
Yes, sir.
You've seen those photographs before?
Yes, sir.
And who did you say took those photographs?
I did.
And have those photographs been altered, changed, or manipulated in any way?
No, sir. Not at all.
They truly and accurately depict the crime scene as you saw it that day?
Correct.
Your Honor, at this time, the state would move to have these 6 photographs submitted into evidence.
Not if those aren't any ones I've seen about already.
Just for the record, can you clarify what is being generally being exhibited in those photographs?
Would you like me to state on the record, Your Honor, or hand it to the defense attorney?
If you would state for the record, you have so many photographs of the men.
Your Honor, there are 6 photographs. The first photograph is the sign to the apartment complex. The next is the front of the building. The next is the front of the building with a crime scene tape.
So generally just the initial area that we observed.
Yes, Your Honor, it's his first photos when he arrived at the scene.
That's all I needed.
No objection to those, Your Honor.
Can we get some more clean?
Mr. Harris, if you look on the overhead, I'm gonna place on there what's been marked as Exhibit 1.
Yes, sir.
And tell us a little bit about what we see in that photograph.
Yes, sir. When I normally could stand and show where I am, just evidence of where I am, which is a Tapperson Apartments complex.
And you did testify to which judicial district in Pennsylvania that was?
Yes, sir. First.
What was that?
First.
And in Exhibit 2, can you tell us what we're looking at there?
Yes, sir. Just showing up, going up toward the walkway up to what the apartment itself is, the building itself. Going up to the apartment, also showing that we got JFD on the right side and AMRs on the right side also. Just showing that we got AMR right there, JFD is there,
Okay.
and we got officers right there, which is showing that it's gonna be secure, which I'll show more better evidence the next picture, I'm sure.
Right. And what's been marked in Exhibit 3, tell us what's significant in this photo.
Yes, sir. We got an officer on scene, yellow crime scene tape there, showing that nobody goes through that evidence other than first responders.
All right. And in Exhibit 4, is that just a close-up of that crime scene?
Correct.
And in Exhibit 5, what we're looking at there?
Yes, sir. Just showing me going up the stairs. It's a three-way stairway, so go up these stairs and also up these stairs, which is both sides are secure. Nobody can get in onto the scene.
All right. And so this would be the first set of stairways from the first to the second floor?
Yes, sir.
All right. In Exhibit 6, what are we looking at there?
Yes, sir. We got officers on scene, standing by. Nobody comes through this area with first responders.
All right. And is that the stairways going from the second to the third floor?
Correct.
Okay. Now, once you got to that landing, did you also continue to photograph evidence?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, I've got, may I approach the witness?
You know, same objection to certain of these photographs.
Council objection to made for the court, counsel. I have a couple of quick concerns. In reviewing the base set of exhibits that the state wants to have admitted, I have not heard any predicate testimony at this time that would allow them to be admitted. Now, I do understand that probably consistent with the testimony you'll present through later witnesses, in regard to the injuries and where they would occur, and how they occurred, some of these may be relevant, at that time. But right now, I just haven't heard enough questions to admit these particular sets of photographs from this witness's testimony for their same. So right now, you haven't told me there's a crime.
I understand, Your Honor.
And additionally, I do understand, they do appear to somewhat be cumulative at this point. However, the court does understand that with later testimony that will be tied together, they will be more appropriate for the jury to understand all the evidence. So I need to know which of these you intend to introduce right now with this particular witness for the purposes of him explaining crimes.
My intentions were to introduce all of those photos, and I believe I can lay the appropriate predicate. I haven't asked any questions regarding these photos, and I haven't asked any questions regarding the crime scene or what he responded to and why they may be relevant. And I was going to do that, Your Honor, but I just first had the second set of photos, and he objected to the property.
Well, I'm going to, sustain the objection to you later bring the questions for the addition of these photographs.
Yes, Your Honor.
Then you can move to the, but what I would ask you to do, so that we can move to this record quickly, is go ahead and have the court reporter mark these for identification purposes only, and then you can move the addition to it. How many do you have?
Seven, Your Honor.
All right, so the, defense objection, is overruled. Subject to the state name and predicate for admission. Tell Mr. Edison to read your document.
Seven through 13.
Ladies and gentlemen, you may see some graphic photos in just a moment. If you have a relationship with the complainant in this case, and you do not think that you can keep yourself composed while they are being shown to the jury, I ask that you please exit the courtroom now. You'll need to exit through the door. Thank you. Thank you. There will be no motions or other expressions in the presence of the jury. Thank you for your understanding.
All right. Jury in the courtroom.
Thank you. You all may be seated. Ms. Lovely, next seat.
Mr. Harris,
Yes,
on
sir.
April 9th, 2024, what was your understanding of what the scene was you were called to?
Yes, sir. I was recalled to the seat subject, someone was shot at the apartments. But
What was that? I didn't hear.
I did not realize somebody was deceased, like if there was something shooting at the apartment.
Okay. And then when you arrived at the scene, did you learn that someone was deceased?
Yes, sir. So I talked to the primary officer, the victim was deceased.
And thinking to you what's been marked for identification 7 through 13, if you would take a look at these photos.
Yes, sir. These are the photos I took on the day of the incident.
So you took those that day,
Yes, sir.
and have they been altered, changed, or manipulated?
No, sir, not at all.
Do they accurately represent the scene as you found it?
Correct.
Now, you had learned that there was a shooting, so is this the first thing you do when you go and you see it decedent? Is you photograph all of the evidence as you first witnessed it?
Correct.
Your Honor, and do these photos represent that?
Yes, sir, it does.
Your Honor, at this time, the state would move to have these photos admitted into evidence.
Any objection?
Just the same objection that I believe they.
Objections noted on blue, you may proceed.
You did have one for the entire year. It was on Friday, and I can go to the same one. Yes.
Mr. Harris, I'm putting on the overhead, which has been marked exhibit 7.
Yes, sir.
When you hit that third landing, is this a photograph as you found the scene?
Yes, sir. I'm not even all the way up the stairs, so I just show a depiction of me looking at the floor, which is right here at the deceased victim right here on the ground, and all these other markings are shell casings, which I collect here later and mark.
Okay, so those are not your initial markings of the shell casings. Who would have placed those blue pieces of paper down?
Primarily, so we just put the markings down there to just sort of be an easier investigation for the shell casings are.
Okay. And so as you further keep coming up the steps, I placed on the overhead what's been marked as exhibit 8.
Yes, sir. So I'm up the
Tell us
stairs.
what we're looking at there.
Yes, sir. So I'm up the stairs and just show what the victim looks like when I got there, but she's on the ground and he's nude, and just a picture where the blood is. This is a depiction of what he looks like on scene.
Okay, now, I'll draw your attention back to 7. This is right here in the front. Is that a step that you were coming up?
Yes, sir. I'm not
So-
even up all the way up the stairs. So the next picture is I'm up the stairs.
So this is the front stairwell you're coming up.
Yes, sir.
And in the back of photograph 8, what is that right here?
That's the rear of the stairway on the rear side, I would say.
And exhibit 9, tell us what we're looking at there.
Sir, just a closer picture of him, the victim. I also got, I normally mark where, AMR put detection itself in the heartbeat or anything.
So this photograph shows where some emergency personnel had placed it. And if you use the pointer to show us again what they placed on it,
Right there and here.
and that's for monitoring heartbeat.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And that's what you're showing. Also, these blue mark placards right here.
Yes, sir. You can see the shell casings that are there, and every marking is a shell casing.
Okay.
Which
But at this point, you had not put those out. You didn't know the number. These are just your initial photographs of this scene that you've seen.
correct.
In exhibit 9, show us what we're looking at there. Tell us what's in that.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, 10.
Just showing that he has lacerations on the back. I think I got another one right there, which is I show a closer view of it, and he's nude also, and he has an instrument which is recovered later. But I don't touch the big on the corner there. She's the only person who touches the victim, so I don't touch the victim.
So you, at this point, you're just photographing that you see something coming out from under his body,
Yes, sir.
but you just testified you don't manipulate the body of the coroner to do that when he arrives on the scene.
I don't return it to the corner for the smoke.
Okay, all right. And this shows the additional more white tabs that were put on him.
Correct. Also,
And then in exhibit 11,
yes,
what
sir.
we're looking at there.
He has, which is There's a big gunshot wound there and 2 lacerations on the back, and it's showing his back view, which is, appears to be gunshot wounds there, lacerations on back each side.
Okay, so you're zooming in on what you see initially as the damage done to his body.
Correct.
And then what is that blue mark in the right corner?
Underneath is also a shell casing right there.
So you're zooming in on that to show where that placement is.
Correct.
And then in exhibit 12, is that you zooming in also on the damage, but also importantly, the handle of that instrument you said you saw earlier?
Yes, sir.
This is a,
Yes, ma'am. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes, sir. Just,
Show us where the handle is of what you said you photographed earlier.
here, right here, which I recovered after the coroner gets to flip some over.
Okay. In exhibit 13, if you'll take a look and show us what we're looking at there.
Yes, sir. It just shows that, blood is here, on this apartment number, and, also blood is there, so as if, no, sorry, blood is there. And blood is on the handle also.
So you see the blood. All right, so this is another door, is that correct?
Correct.
Now, you took that last photo, which was 13 of that other door. Did you take more photos of that door?
Yes, sir. I took the door number, both door numbers. Yes, sir.
I've got 10 more photos I want you to take a look at. Your Honor, may I approach witness?
you know,
Mr. Harris, I'm handing you 10 additional photos. Have you seen those photos before?
Yes, sir.
And did you take those photos?
Yes, sir. I did.
And do those photos accurately depict the crime scene as you found it that day?
Yes, sir.
And have they been changed in any way?
Yes, sir. You know.
And these photos, do they show that apartment we were just looking at in exhibit 13
Yes,
with
sir.
the blood on it?
Yes, sir.
And what number apartment was that?
6304.
And was that the neighbor's apartment?
Correct. Directly across from the victim's apartment.
And from your investigation, did you believe that dwelling, that apartment had been shot into?
Yes, sir, it has.
And did you take photographs of that?
Correct.
Is that
Also labeled them as projectile holes.
And is that what these photographs represent, is the damage done to that apartment?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, at this time, the state would move to have these 10 photographs admitted into evidence.
any objection,
No objection, Your Honor.
maybe some marking that, please leave the.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Harrison, placed on the overhead, what's been marked exhibit 14. Can you tell us what we're looking at there?
Yes, sir, that's the doorway where the blood was on, which is the knob in here, which is also, I just got a better view of it, which is victim's feet near the door. I got the number, which is 6304, just took a picture of the overall site also. And I labeled them earlier, but this is a gunshot here. A projectile, we call it projectile hole, so it's a gun, projectile hole here, and projectile hole there. Which I got a better view, picture of it on the picture, yes, sir.
And in exhibit 15, what is this?
To show that, projectile hole, which is a gunshot hole
Okay.
through the door.
What is the white rectangular object?
Just put a sticker there and just label that as number one. Which is, we have to identify each projectile hole.
Okay. So you placed that there.
Yes, sir.
And in exhibit 16, what are we looking at there?
Yeah, that's the second projectile hole, which is hard to see, but I put a 2 there. The first one was the number 1, and the second one is the number 2, which is a projectile hole there.
And what apartment is this that you're photographing?
6304.
And in exhibit 17, what are we looking at there?
That's the same thing, it just maybe before labeled them, so it's the blood there that enters the door, 6304.
And this is just a close-up on
Correct.
number 18 of that.
Yes, sir.
And in exhibit 19, what are we looking at there?
Yes, sir. Just take a better picture of the numbers, just to take more than one picture, so you never take too many pictures. Just a better view of the picture, of the number.
Okay. And in exhibit 20, tell us what we're looking at there.
That's the homeowners I advised them to open the door for me, didn't step out, just advised them to open the door, so I know I went in and make sure none of the bullet holes went through. Which they, none of the bullet holes.
So this, oh, I'm sorry. So this is the homeowner to 6304.
Yes,
So he was home during all this.
yes, sir.
All right. And exhibit 21,
Yes, sir, that's just a better view of him inside, maybe I told him to step back a little bit, make sure if anything, debris or anything was on the ground, but I don't enter into the apartment to make sure.
Okay.
The holes were through.
and then in exhibit 22,
Yes, sir, just probably take a better picture of the victim on the floor so you can see him on the ground, just his feet and blood, spattered on the entranceway.
okay. And then exhibit 23, is that after you're coming back out, just a photo back of the, which
Correct.
apartment it was you were looking at?
Yes, sir. It's also showing the officers there standing by. Nobody was in his apartment, nobody interferes with the crime scene.
Now, after you photographed 6304, that apartment, did you then photograph another apartment?
Yes, sir.
And which one was that?
The victim's apartment. Just showing a little.
Your Honor, may I approach the witness? Should be 11 photos.
Okay, was 34.
Let's see the last one.
And none of that last number is 34.
And it's nothing next to.
Mr. Harris, comparing you would have been marked 25 to 34.
Yes, sir.
Have you seen those photos before?
Yes, sir, I have.
And who took those photos?
I took photos.
And do they accurately depict the crime scene as you found it that day?
Yes, sir, it does.
And have they been changed in any way?
No, sir.
Mr. Harris, I'm gonna place on the overhead what's been marked and admitted into evidence as exhibit 25.
Yes, sir.
If you would, use the red laser pointer to tell us what we're looking at in that.
Yes, sir. That's just the entrance into the victim's apartment. Also showing that officer was there, and I want to show a ring camera there, and also the number there, which is 6303. I think I have a better picture of it.
And I'll bring you back to exhibit 24.
Yes, sir. Just close to take a picture of the number, which apartment I'm entering, which is the victim's number, also blood on the doorway.
And what is the number to that apartment?
6303.
6303. All right, and picture 25, you said was just you going into that initially?
Correct.
Now, I want you to zoom in.
Yes, sir. I've got a ring camera there showing that there was a ring camera there, which I collected evidence later. Also got the number and also how it's blood on the ground there, which is entering into the apartment, which is the victim's apartment.
Your Honor, may I approach the witness?
You may.
Mr. Harris, from him to you, brown paper bag. Do you recognize that with a card on it?
Yes, sir. My handwriting, that's what I labeled it, that's the ring camera I collected at the door.
And does that have your signature as well?
Yes, sir, it does.
And do you seal that brown paper bag?
I did.
And what are the contents of that brown paper bag?
The ring camera?
And is that what we're looking at in this photograph here?
Yes, sir, which is there.
Your Honor, at this time, the state would move to have this ring camera admitted into evidence.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
Make it so marked and voted.
Mr. Harris, I believe you were also telling us about what you photographed on the floor in this apartment.
Yes, sir. I got blood on the ground there, leading out of the apartment, which is, also got a picture of where it started and where it stopped. So I normally photograph where the trail of blood comes from.
All right, and in exhibit 26, can you describe and show us what you're looking at there?
Yes, sir. Just take a closer look at out of the apartment, which is blood on the ground. There's appears to be a footprints there, which is have blood on it. This is the entrance of inside the apartment.
And where are you standing when you took this photograph?
right in the doorway,
On the outside or inside? the
outside.
In exhibit 27, could you tell us what we're looking at there?
Yes, sir. I would like to depict the picture, take pictures so I can show that the victim is right outside the other apartment, which is 6304, just showing how it looks from the outside, how it looks from the outside of the apartment,
Okay, so where are you standing when you took this photograph?
right in the inside of the apartment, just showing how it looks on the outside of his apartment.
And exhibit 28, what are we looking at there?
Yes, sir. Just a closer view on this, take another step, just show a closer view of it, which is the victim there, still on the ground, 6304.
And also, if I bring your attention to the top right-hand corner, tell us what all is in that portion of the photograph.
Yes, sir. I just took a picture of the victim, which is here. I think I got another picture of it, just showing what he looks like and showing that it is his apartment.
Okay, and then also to the right of that,
Yes, sir. Which is blood there, and it's also blood on there too.
exhibit number 28. So now I bring your attention to exhibit number 29. Can you tell us what we're looking at there?
Yes, sir. I just took a picture of the victim, which is him there, and identifying that it is him. It's an idea of the victim.
And is that just a close-up of that key hanger beside the door?
Correct.
And exhibit 30,
Yes, sir. Just showing where the blood stops. There's no blood going inside the apartment, so the blood stops here. Which if there was any more blood on the ground further, I would take pictures of it.
okay. And exhibit 31, what are we looking at there?
Yes, sir. Just a idea of a picture of the victim's phone, which just shows his face. I don't know if it's too clear to show that it is his phone.
Well, at this time, were you able to determine whose phone it was? Or did you just take a picture and recover a phone at this time?
Just took a picture and covered the phone at the time.
Okay. And the background on that appears to have a pattern, not the phone, but the actual, what it's laying on.
The bed.
All right. So exhibit 32, we'll go to that. And is that same phone that you just photographed?
Yes, sir. I'm sure I just put my finger in there just to light it up, just to show I could get in there, but to show that it has the background of the victim and it is the victim's phone. He has a picture of the victim there.
Well, at this point, you know that there's a picture on their phone because you're touching it, right?
Correct.
You're not sure who that is at this
No,
point?
sir.
Okay. So you've taken that, and then does that appear to be on some sort of cushion?
Yes, sir.
Cushion?
Yes, sir. The bed.
Okay, so. All right, and then in exhibit 33, bring your attention to that. And does that appear to be, what are we looking at in that photograph?
Yes, sir. I'm on the inside the bedroom, and that's the bed that the phone was on.
Okay, so there was a phone recovered on the bed,
Yes, sir.
and what else is marked in this photograph?
The officer there, or
All right, and does that phone appear to be plugged in?
no, sir. Oh, yes, sir. Yes, it is. Yes, sir.
Now, that other phone you took a picture of was not plugged in, correct?
Correct.
Objection. Something established to
In exhibit 31, you took a photograph of, is that phone plugged in?
No, sir.
And is this phone in picture 33,
Yes, sir.
does it appear to be face down? Or
Correct.
is it face up?
Here's the face down.
Okay. And this phone in 31, that you photographed was face up, correct?
Correct.
Now, in exhibit 34, tell us what we're looking at there.
Yes, sir. I seen a spot in the bed, didn't know what it was, didn't know it was blood or anything. So it was on the bed, so I just seen that spot and just swabbed it for maybe detectives to verify what it was, which is appeared to be spots on the bed, but wasn't sure what it was.
Your Honor, may I approach the witness? Mr. Hendricks, I'm handing you a brown paper bag. You recall seeing that before?
Yes, sir.
And does that have your writing on it?
It does.
And does that have your signature as well?
Yes, sir. That's
And what does the label of the content say is in that?
College swab samples.
And has that been sealed up?
Yes, sir.
And does that represent the same swab samples in exhibit 34, the photograph?
Correct.
Your Honor, at this time, the state would move to have that admitted into evidence.
Any objection?
No objection.
Maybe some mark from there.
Mr. Harris, when you arrived at the crime scene, do you know what's important or not?
No, sir.
Do you have any idea what's relevant or not?
No, sir. I'm just the crime scene investigator, so I just show what the crime scene looks like.
Okay.
Collect evidence.
And so you collect everything that you believe is any way possibly could be related to this crime?
Correct.
Now, after you photographed the apartment of the victim, were you able to go back and number and label all of the projectile casings that were previously we saw in these other photographs that had blue labels beside?
Yes, sir.
And what, Mr. Harris, when you go back, Mr. Harris, when you go back, how are you able to label these shell cases? What do you use to label them?
Placards, which you say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the yellow placards.
Okay.
So when I finish there, I go back outside and depends on, go back outside and collect all the shell cases that was on the ground, and I label them on placards.
Your Honor, may I approach the witness?
You may.
Mr. Harris, I'm handing you 11 photographs. Are you familiar with those photographs?
Yes, sir.
Did you take those photographs?
Yes, sir, I did.
And do those photographs depict the crime scene as you found it that day?
Yes, sir.
Have they been changed in any way?
No, sir.
And what is it these photographs represent?
The evidence I collected on the day of incident.
And in specific, are those the shell casings that you found?
Correct.
Your Honor, at this time, the state would move to have these 11 photographs of shell casings admitted into evidence.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
Maybe some mark from there.
Mr. Harris, I'm gonna place on the overhead with the mark exhibit 37. If you would tell us what we're looking at there, and you can use that red pointer.
Yes, sir, showing the shell casing here. Okay, a better view of each. When I get the shell case, I put the liner down and take photographs of it.
And if you would, tell us what a shell casing is.
Shell casing is which is ejected from a handgun, which the bullet goes straight, and the shell casing inside the bullet itself. So when you shoot a gun, the shell casing ejects off the handgun, and the bullet goes forward.
So how many shell casings are kicked from the gun, as you just said, for every time the gun is shot?
Fired one.
So one shell casing represents each time that gun was fired.
Correct.
All right, and what numbers do we see in exhibit 37?
Just see 1, 2, and 3 there.
And what is this that we're looking at? What are the shell casings laying on?
The ground of the top floor, which is next to the victim.
Okay. So exhibit 38, what are we looking at there?
That's number 2, which is showing, you can see that just put that in one package. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 shell casings there.
Okay.
No, 5, I'm sorry.
And then in exhibit 3, what are we looking at there?
Yes, sir, just showing 2 shell casings here.
And then exhibit 4, what are we looking at there?
Yes, sir, just 2 shell casings also there.
So in exhibit 5, what are we looking at there?
Yes, sir, 2 shell casings also there.
And if you use the laser pointer to show us those.
Here, I'm sorry, here.
Okay. And what are we looking at in exhibit 42?
I'm sure just 1 there, and number 7 is just 1.
So 6 and 7 placard?
Yes, sir.
And in exhibit 43, what are we looking at there?
Yes, sir, just 1 of the doorway of the 8, and I'm sure to show the depiction of the victim and what the shell casings look like.
And that's number 8 in the bottom right corner, is that correct?
Correct.
All right, and that represents what?
The front door of the victim's apartment.
And is that also another shell casing?
Correct.
And 44, is that just a close-up of that shell casing?
Yes, sir, which is showing that this is footprints, and that's the door just leading up to his apartment.
Okay.
Victim is him, I'm sorry.
And in exhibit 45, what are we looking at there?
Yes, sir, just another shell casing here, and what appears to be right near the victim.
So which placard number is this in this photo?
9.
Number 9, and there's another shell casing there.
Another, yes, sir.
All right.
There was another shell casing underneath. There was another shell casing underneath him, but I didn't move that until we moved to the corner, get there and moved the victim.
And in exhibit 47,
Yes, sir,
is
just
that
showing,
just the overview?
just showing the overview of, I'm right out there with I came into the apartment area, just showing, how it looks. With the shell casings on the ground, not the blue cards. First picture with the blue cards, I'm showing what it looks like with placards on there.
And exhibit 46, I'm gonna zoom in, what is it you're trying to show there?
Just with the shell cases, or label land, just the bottom of the shell casing.
All right, and is that shell casing been fired?
Yes, sir.
And how do you know that?
It's the shell casing, so it's just the casing of the bullet itself,
Okay,
which we just call it shell casings.
so it's empty.
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Harris, after you photographed all of those, now approach the witness, Your Honor, did you collect those
Correct.
shell casings?
Yes, sir.
I'm handing you a brown paper bag. Have you seen that before?
Yes, sir.
And is that your signature on that bag?
Yes, sir, it is.
And is it sealed?
Correct.
And what is the contents of that bag reported to be?
The 16 shell casings I collected, on the scene right there next to the victim.
Your Honor, this time the state would move to have these 16 shell casings admitted into evidence.
Any objection?
No objection.
Maybe so marked in mid.
And I'm gonna place what's been marked 48 on the overhead. And just so the jury understands what you're talking about, tell us about that evidence card that you've been referring to where your signature and your handwriting is.
Yes, sir. This is labeled as number 1, 16 shell casings, marked with the case number to the right-hand side, victim's name there, and this is my signature at the bottom, which is my IBM.
Okay? And what exactly did you write for evidence description?
16 split shell casings marked 40 S&W, and that's, comes from a 40 caliber gun.
Okay, so all 16 shell casings were 40 caliber Smith & Wesson shell casings.
Yes, sir.
And those were all located right there at the scene that we just saw the pictures of?
Correct.
And what was the date that you recovered?
I'm sorry, 4/9/24, the time was 03:45 hours.
And where is your writing and your IBM number?
There at the bottom, evidence recovered by Andrew Harris, IBM 2008.
And what is an IBM number?
That's my employee number, my JPD number.
That's how they can reference you.
Yes, sir.
And these labels were on the other pieces of evidence that we admitted earlier.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Duffy, we're gonna take a short recess. It's now 11 o'clock, I want to do our special ed. Court being recessed until 11:15. Mr. Evans, please take the floor.
All right.
Young lady, the court will be in recess until 11:15.
It's the bullet itself, just fragments from the bullet.
Now, if you would, give us briefly, I know you talked about earlier with the discharge of a pistol with the shell casing and now a projectile. Kind of briefly tell the jury, how does a gun work? How does this pistol work?
So when you fire a weapon, from the spares out the barrel, which, shell casing ejects out on the right-hand side and the bullet goes forward. So sometimes the bullet, depends on how cheap the round is, depends on, when the bullet lands on you or hits you, sometimes it fragments out, depends on what it hits. So sometimes it's a straight bullet, or sometimes it, turns into a projectile fragment, which is tears, I guess you could say.
Okay. So when the trigger's pulled to the right comes the shell casing out of the gun, and then out the front of the barrel is what you're calling the projectile.
Right.
And then in picture 51, this is part of that comes out the front of the gun.
Correct.
Okay, I understand. Now, in Exhibit 52, tell us what we're looking at there.
Yes, sir, that's the, an axe, which is, was underneath, the victim. So when the corner gets over, you turn them over and collect that axe.
Your Honor, may I approach the witness?
You may, please move this way. Mr. Neal.
Ma'am. Your Honor, may I approach the witness? Mr. Harrison, handing you a long box with a tag on it. Do you recognize that box?
Yes, sir. This is my handwriting. This is the weapon this is the X got on scene, which is I labeled the X and put the time recovered in my signature.
And what we were just looking at in that photograph, is that what's in that box? Your Honor, at this time, can you get recovered from the scene?
Yes, sir, it is.
Your Honor, this time the state would move to have this admitted into evidence.
Any objection?
No objection.
Make it so much easier.
Mr. Harris, inside of that box, is that axe that's in Exhibit 52?
Yes, sir, it is.
Mr. Harris, tell us a little bit about what happens to the evidence after you've recovered it. Just briefly, what is that process?
Yes, sir, I collect it on scene. Once I collect it, once the scene is, dismissed, take it to the crime lab, which we have a crime lab office, and I package it up and, show how to display it there.
Okay. Do you do anything further with the evidence?
No, sir.
And whose responsibility would anything further with the evidence be?
Normally the detectives or supervisors or, I just package it up and place it in evidence and they, pick it up and, detectives determine what we should do with it.
Your Honor, I tender the witness at this time.
Cross-examination.
Morning, officer. Thank
Good
you.
morning, Judge.
Just a few quick questions
Yes, sir.
for you. You took pictures of 2 phones, if I understand the testimony.
Yes, sir.
And you did not collect those, if I understand. Is that correct?
I I collect them and I give it to the design, if the text is wrong, I give it to them, but I do collect them.
Yeah, okay, I did not see that reflected in the report, that's why I asked that.
Yes, sir.
But there were two different phones. Do you know for sure which phone belonged to whom?
No, sir.
And we saw admitted evidence of the cotton swabs that you took.
Yes, sir.
Do you know if those were ever tested or processed?
No, sir. I don't.
Was there, other than that, was there anything that looked like it could have been blood in the bedroom?
No, sir. No, sir.
So just what we saw in the picture of those spots that,
Yes, I just saw that little particular spot and I thought maybe it appeared to be something. And I swabbed it and swabbed it. Just in case the detectives needed to verify something.
so other than what we saw photographed, you don't recall there being any evidence of blood anywhere else in the apartment?
No, sir.
And the apartment across the hall, the 6304, I believe it was.
Yes, sir.
We saw the picture of the occupant.
Correct.
From what you could observe, was anyone inside that apartment hurt or injured?
No, sir.
No further questions.
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Willis, be excused.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Here next.
Ashla Hudson.
Ms. Hudson, please come on around and remain standing for just a second. Ms. Jackson, please swear you in.
Ms. Hudson, please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that testimony you're about to give is the truth and the God?
I do.
You see it, I'm just about to.
Text.
Good morning, Ms. Hudson.
Good morning.
Can you please state and spell your name for the court?
Ashla Hudson, ASHLA, HUDSON.
And Ms. Hudson, where are you from?
Yazoo City, Mississippi.
And do you have any children?
I do.
And how many children do you have?
I have 5 children.
And what are their names?
Ashley Hudson, Angela Hudson, Alicia Hudson, Kasharla Collins, and Carlos Collins.
So Carlos Collins is your son.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that your only son?
Yes, ma'am.
And would he be the youngest out of your children?
Yes, ma'am.
And what's Mr. Collins' date of birth?
Carlos' date of birth is going to be June 24th, 1998.
And up until the point he died, how old was he?
He was 25.
He was 25 years old. And tell us a little bit about Mr. Collins.
Objection. Calls for a narrative that may lead into the municipal character.
We'll give you some,
You may answer.
Carlos, he was a gentle person. He was a giving, loving, caring person. He would put his,
I need you just listen to this person.
he wanted to really work. Okay, he worked at Baptist Hospital here in Jackson.
And what did he do at Baptist Hospital?
He was a nurse, RN, registered nurse.
And how long have you been a nurse?
2021, since 2021,
So about 3 years.
about 2.5, 3 years.
And permission to approach your honor. And Ms. Hudson, I'm sending you a photo. Do you recognize this photo?
Yes,
And who is depicted in this photo?
Carlos Collins.
And is this how Carlos looked around the time of his death?
Around the time of his death.
Yes, did Carlos look like this in this photo?
Yes,
Your Honor, at this time, we would ask that this photo be marked and entered.
Any objection?
Just an objection to the previous iteration.
So no objection of the rule, no, to the record may be marked limited.
Commission of Public Comment. And Ms. Hudson, I'm showing you what's been marked and entered as exhibit number 54. Is this your son, Carlos Collins,
yes,
your only son?
yes,
The son you said was an ICU nurse?
yes.
And in this photo, was Carlos celebrating anything?
He was celebrating his upcoming graduation from RN school.
No further questions.
Any cross-examination?
No cross-examination.
Including the student.
Yes, Your Honor.
We have next,
Cody Milligan.
Ms. Wood, look at me, stand at this moment, Jackson, please swear. Raise your right hand. Do you swear affirm testimony you have to be able to respect the law? See you in the testimony.
Yes,
Ms. Hill,
Mr. Milligan, can you please state and spell your name for the jury?
Cody Milligan,
And,
CODYMILLIGAN,
and Mr. Milligan, where are you from?
Binger, Oklahoma.
And did you happen to live in the state of Mississippi, specifically Jackson, at any point in time?
Yes, ma'am. From the years 22 to 24.
And why did you live in Jackson?
I was playing baseball here.
And would that be for the Mississippi Braves?
Yes, ma'am.
And where did you reside when you lived here?
I was in the Teague Street Northridge Apartments.
And do you recall how long you had lived at the Tapestry Northridge Apartments?
I think it was like a total of 4 days collectively. We had moved in the Thursday prior to the incident. We went to Pensacola to play a series Friday, Saturday, Sunday, came back Sunday night, moved the rest of our stuff in Monday, and then the incident occurred Tuesday morning.
And Mr. Milligan, I'm showing you what's been marked and entered as exhibit number 1. Is this the Tapestry Northridge Apartments you resided at?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you recall what building number or what floor you stayed on?
I believe it was building 643.
And on the night, April 9th, 2024, were you at home that day?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you recall your apartment number?
I don't remember the apartment number. It would have been 63 something.
And I'm gonna show you a photo that's been marked and entered as exhibit number 14. Would this look like the outside of your apartment?
Yes, ma'am.
And what do you remember occurring on that night?
Well, leading up to the incident, my roommate and I decided to go to sleep. We had a game that Tuesday night, so we went to sleep fairly early, probably 2:30 in the morning. There was like 3 loud noises outside of my room. I didn't know what it was at first. Like I said, I had just moved in, so I was real cautious about making it to the door. But then I heard 3 more loud bangs, so I got up and approached the door, looked out the people, and I couldn't see anything out the people. So I went to my roommate's room, told him, hey, I don't know what happened. I woke up from 3 loud noises. I went to the people, can't see out the people. On his way to look out the people, he noticed the bullet holes in the door. So we decided to call the cops from there. While I was on the phone with dispatch again, I didn't know, I wasn't familiar with the area. We'd only been there for 2 days, I guess, at that point. So I didn't have an address to give the dispatch. Finally found kind of the general area that we were in. She told me she sent somebody. She had actually hung up on me. So for about 15 minutes, my roommate and I kind of pondered some ideas on why somebody would be at our door. We had just moved in. We didn't have anything really but clothes in the house. We're on the 3rd floor. It was raining that night. Nothing really made sense to us. And then I got a call back from the dispatch, and she told me that she believes that the police were there, but she needed me to go outside to make sure. I kind of, not an argument, but told her that I wasn't going to be opening the door until the Jackson police officer told me that he was the one outside the door, and then I would open the door. But I heard the walkie-talkie chatter in the hallway, and so I told her I believe the police are outside. And then I unlocked the door and opened it, and that was when I saw his body on the doorstep. So I just closed the door and told her, ma'am, there's a body on the doorstep. And I backed away from the door, and she hung up on me, and I waited for the police to knock on my door and get me for an interview.
And Mr. Milligan, I'm showing you what's been marked and entered as exhibit number 22. You just stated that when you opened your door, when you heard the walkie-talkie, is this what you saw?
Yes, ma'am.
You mentioned previously that you and your roommate, you observed some shots inside of your home.
Yes, ma'am.
And did you happen to take any photos of those?
I did, just the ones that had made it into the house.
Permission to approach home.
Ma'am,
And Mr. Milligan, I just handed you some photos. Do you recognize those photos?
Yes, ma'am.
And are these the photos that you took?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, at this time, we would ask that these photos be marked and entered into evidence.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
Maybe to mark the minutes.
Release it.
There's 7 in the last number being 16.
And Mr. Milligan, I'm showing you what's been marked and entered as exhibit number 20. And this is your residence, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And is this you in the photo?
No.
Is this your roommate?
Yes, ma'am.
And would you have been inside with your roommate as well?
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm showing you what's been marked and entered as exhibit number 55. Do you recognize this photo?
Yes, ma'am.
And what would this be depicting?
That's the bullet that made it into our, laundry room area.
And is this the outside of your apartment?
Yes, ma'am.
And number 56, is this the outside as well?
Yes, ma'am.
And what is depicted, if you know, in these photos?
I would assume more bullet holes, more gunshots, just based off of where all the other ones were.
And number 57,
That one's our front door right there. That was the one that I had missed going to check the people
and is this the inside?
inside of the door. Yes, ma'am.
And number 58,
That's the one that bounced off of our floor and ricocheted off of the door frame of our laundry room. And I believe the bullet actually rolled into our closet in the house.
and number 59,
That is our island in the kitchen.
and this is just another
Yes, ma'am.
point of contact.
Yes, ma'am.
And number 60,
That's the door frame where the bullet ricocheted off, right outside of our laundry room.
and number 61,
That was the bullet that we had found that rolled under our closet door and into the closet area there.
and Mr. Milligan, you said you had been living here for approximately how long?
That Thursday, so collectively like 5 days, but in the house itself, like 2.
No further questions, we would hear from cross-examination.
Mr. Butler?
Ms. Milligan, how you doing this morning?
Doing good.
Good.
How are you?
Doing well, thank you. Couple quick questions. I think it was in regard to one of the pictures of the exhibit 57, the book that came through the door from the inside. You said you missed it when you checked the people.
Yes, sir.
Does that mean that you think it had been already there when you checked the people?
Yes, sir.
And do you know Marcus Johnson.
No, sir.
Do you have any reason to believe that Marcus Johnson was targeting you
Targeting
that night?
me
Targeting you or
personally?
your roommate that night?
No, sir.
Do you have any reason to believe that anybody was targeting you with these gunshots that night?
I don't believe so.
No further questions, Becky.
Can you redirect?
No, redirect.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is 6 minutes to 12, so it's really the noon hour. We do have quite a few witnesses for this afternoon, but I am going to excuse you now for your midday break, and I'll see you back at 1:30.
All right.
All right, you all may be seated. Court will be in recess until 1:30.